Big race of the day is race 4. It's the Yorkshire Oaks, 2,400 metres. It's a Group 1 race, and it's attracted a good-sized field, I think. Looking forward to this. This is the course and distance they're going to take in over the 2,400 metres, a couple of turns. And it's been won by some very, very good fillies and mares, as you'd imagine. 5-year-olds Enable and Alpinista, Arc winners, the pair of them. These are the runners, the 10 declared runners for 2023. Al Hussen's there, Free Wind, Poptronic, Ross Carberry representing the older brigade. You go down to the likes of very talented 3-year-olds, Blue Stocking, Save the Last Dance, Warm Heart, and Novakai could yet be a player as well. 10 of them go out. Let's have a look at Epsom and the Oaks form from earlier in the season. She had to give best in the end, but Save the Last Dance was a hot fancy for this. She's
a Group 1 filly, Nick, and Aidan O'Brien's won this in recent years with Love and Snowfall. I don't think she's as good as those two. It was a bit of a grind on Oaks Day. She kept on willingly, John. Ground may have been a little on the fast side, and she backed this up, and you can talk about it with the Irish Oak success, pulling it out of the fire. But for my money, she's a pretty good filly, but she doesn't have anything in the book that makes her a good thing for this year's Yorkshire Oaks.
Certainly not on this ground, and it's probably going to be pretty decent because there's not much rain in the forecast for the next few days in the York area either. She's absolutely mustard on really soft surfaces. She proved in the Cheshire Oaks and in the Irish Oaks, but that was more like what she can produce on a better surface, and I think she's a bit vulnerable.
This was dramatic, to say the least. Blue Stocking was there, Warm Heart has had a good season. The pair of them, they know each other quite well, but this was the day, John, that Save the Last Dance saved it till last.
Well, she did, and I backed her this day because I thought she was a good thing on the basis of what she'd done in the Cheshire Oaks when she came home in a phenomenal set of sectionals. And here you're thinking to yourself, she's not going to get this, she's not going to get this, and then really kicked in the turbo in the final furlong. She's just a really, really talented filly when the mud's flying, Graham.
Aidan O'Brien picked the right word. He said Ryan Moore got her re-motivated, pulled it out of the fire. 243.11 grind on deep ground. Blue Stocking's the one from that race for me, Nick. The way she kicked and went a couple of lengths clear of Save the Last Dance suggests that she's the one to focus on this time around.
Interesting thoughts there. Right, let's have a look at some of the older runners in the race. John, I'll stick with you as well for the Pretty Polly Stakes, where Stay Alert was second to Via Sistina. Ross Carberry was in the race as well. Is this form that captivates you going into Thursday?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do like Ross Carberry. I think she's a lovely filly, and she was, well, shall we say, somewhat inconvenienced in the run here as we get through the VT. She was coming to, I wouldn't say win the race, but she was coming to run better than fourth, and then Via Sistina just completely takes her out. Good run 3 starts ago as well in the Munster Oaks. Then she ran behind Emily Dickinson in a slowly run race last time out. I really like her.
But John, how does Ross Carberry beat Stay Alert? Yellow colours. She's not straightforward, Stay Alert, but she was the meat in the sandwich as well. I think both those fillies, Ross Carberry and Stay Alert, deserve a positive mention, and they'll both be very backable prices.
OK, let's have a look at some Group 1 winning form. We did this actually yesterday, previewing the Jumpmont International through the exploits of the third home, Nashwa, but the winner was Al Hussen. Do we continually underestimate her?
Here comes the Grinch again. She's won 7 from her last 8. How good is she, really? She's a Group 1 winner, so it's hard to knock her. But talk about the Saloon Passage in the Nassau Stakes. Super steady pace. Crowley bang in the right position from start to finish. The French filly almost obscured. Blue Rose Sen gets a terrible run through. On the outside, Nashwa is given a great deal to do. Crowley takes advantage, but is Al Hussen really that good, and will she progress again at 1.5 miles?
Well, we don't quite know yet, that's the thing. And the Newcastle form against Nashwa as well, prior to this, she was probably advantaged by the way that race went too. So there are question marks. If there's not much of a pace in here, which there probably will be, then she'll be a definite threat. But I think this could be a slightly differently run race.
OK, let's have a look at the Lancashire Oaks, last of all. That was run on the 8th of July, and the first 2, Poptronic and Sea Silk Road, are both there. John, my personal view is Poptronic's actually got a stable mate in the race who's got better claims, but we'll see what you guys think in a few moments' time. Is this strong enough form?
Well, Sea Silk Road didn't get the run of the race here because they went quite slowly mid-race. This has developed into a sprint, and she's had to pass quite a lot of them to get involved. Of the 2, I'd have rather taken her out the race than Poptronic.
Agree, 100%. They're both rated 108. But on this occasion, Poptronic got first run on Sea Silk Road, who quickened really nicely, maybe just put a nose in front for a stride or two, but the effort of quickening from off the pace took a toll late on. If you gave me a match bet between those 2, I'd be all over Sea Silk Road.
OK. The The floor's all yours. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going for value here. This is a race with 7 fillies, Nick, rated within £5 of each other. You don't want to be taking short prices for Save the Last Dance. I'm going with Stay Alert. She's not straightforward. She can pull hard. But when she settles, and she should settle here with a good gallop on the cards, she's capable of running very well. 7 Blue Stocking, she has to be on the short list after that very good second in the Irish Oaks. 5 Sea Silk Row is ready to run well, and so is number 4, Ross Carberry. Great race this.
Yeah, there are lots of options in this race. I'm going to go with Ross Carberry, though. I did like that run under a big weight in the Munster Oaks at listed level, and then she's run really well subsequently, and he was unlucky in the Pretty Polly, and that Emily Dickinson race was run at the crawl and she was wide, so I think she's got a very good chance here at a price. Al Hussein, if they don't go too quickly and she's perched in the right position, she'd be difficult to pass as well. Sea Silk Road, who's got that turn of foot. Save the Last Dance as well, I put in because she's an Oaks second. It was a toss-up between that and Stay Alert. I might have gone the wrong way, but I like Ross Carberry value prices.
Okay, I'm going to take you both on. There we go. It doesn't look like a race where there is a love or a snowfall and an enable, an odds-on winner, but I'm going to go for the 3-year-olds to generally continue their good record in the race, and Novakai to come out on top from Save the Last Dance Blue Stocking, and the best of the olders, number 1, Al Hussein. We shall see. Good luck with your picks.